On the morning of Monday, May 29th, veterans and members of the Lake Orion community gathered at East Lawn Cemetery on Orion Road for the first of several observances on Memorial Day. American Legion Post 233 Commander John Ranville welcomed those in attendance and led a solemn ceremony at the Veterans Monument. The previous day, volunteers placed approximately 600 mini flags on the graves of veterans. New Ladies Auxiliary President Robin Cram placed a wreath at the Veterans Monument.
The flowers may wither, but the spirit of which they are a symbol will endure until the end of time.
Following the ceremony, the group gathered at Children's Park in downtown Lake Orion for a water ceremony to honor those who lost their lives at sea. This time, a wreath was dropped into the waters of Pink Creek. The ceremony concluded with a gun salute and the playing of taps.
The reason why they're able to have their barbecues and watch a parade is because of the men and women that passed before them, keeping our country free. Not only our country, the world. And they still are. It's not only the ones that have passed before us to remember them. There's military dying daily from the wars that are going on now, and also the effects of previous wars. So educating, I think they need to be maybe educated even a little bit more in schools of what transpired and what Memorial Day is all about. It's not about laughing and giggling. A lot of people have suffered. It's a solemn day.
At 11 a.m., hundreds of patriotic residents lined the streets of downtown Lake Orion for the start of the annual Memorial Day Parade. Two A-10 Warthogs out of Selfridge Air Base performed a flyover precisely at 11 a.m. to the delight of the crowd. Police Chief Jerry Narsh led the parade in the department's vintage 1941 Ford police car. His passenger was honored veteran Bob Butler, a World War II veteran and Lake Orion resident. Bob served as a gunner's mate 3rd class with the U.S. Navy, fighting in Europe and serving aboard the USS William C. Cole in the Pacific.
Bob is a modest man who loves his family, his community, and his country, and he has never stopped serving. Bob Butler is a true American hero, a patriot, a father, a proud member of the Lake Orion community, and the Lake Orion Police Department and the Lake Orion community is honored to recognize you as the 2017 Lake Orion Honored Veteran.
Following the parade, close to 200 runners and walkers gathered at the intersection of Flint and Broadway for the start of a brand new event. The first annual Orion Veterans Memorial Day 5K Run and Walk acted as a fundraiser benefiting the Orion Veterans Memorial and the Lake Orion DDA.
The Veterans Memorial Board, which I'm blessed to serve on, has been talking about an event out here for several years to bring awareness and to just, support our memorial. So we've been working on it for a couple years, a 5K idea, and this year it kind of all came together with a great partnership with the downtown Lake Orion DDA. So this is our first annual Memorial Day 5K, and again, the 60% of the proceeds raised go to support the memorial, and the 40% goes to support our DDA. So awesome first year event. It was supposed to be rain and 80% chance of thunderstorms a couple days ago, 75 and sunny, beautiful. We had about close to 200 runners for our first year event, which we're thrilled. And some really cool features. We let everyone run with a flag and plant it at the memorial, and they could sign their name or the name of someone that they know that served. So just an awesome way for us to spend our day here.
The finish line was located near the Orion Veterans Memorial on M24. Finishing first overall was Lake Orion's Alexander Pollock with a time of 17:34. The first female to finish was Misty Godley of Ithaca with a time of 21:13. Marine veteran Marvin Stevenson of Rochester was recognized for finishing the 5K with a time of 52:49 at the age of 82. As the final ceremony of the day got underway, Orion Veterans Memorial Chair Dr. Joseph Master Mateo welcomed the large crowd in attendance.
We gather here today on the most important of all legal holidays, Memorial Day. Memorial Day is the day for Americans to observe with reverence and devotion to our military men and women who sacrificed their lives in all wars for our freedom and inalienable rights, purchased at a very high price. Memorial Day is unique among American holidays. We do not honor a particular date or event, or a battle, or the end of a war. On Memorial Day, we do not honor an individual, such as a president or a general. On Memorial Day, we do honor the 1.2 million military men and women who gave their lives that stretches back to the battles of Lexington and Concord in 1775, and to those taking place today in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The Memorial Day address was delivered by VFW Post 334 Commander James Hubbard.
The heroes we honor today performed a tremendously valuable service to all of us and paid the ultimate sacrifice for freedom. Without their service, we might live in a country where public assemblies are brought up and arrested. We might live under a government that tells us how to vote. We might not have the freedoms to live, work, and worship as we wish. Thank God and thank them for the freedoms that surround us every day.
Later, Police Chief Jerry Narsh introduced honored veteran Bob Butler to the crowd.
He goes to our church, Lake Orion United Methodist, and we are the presidents of his fan club because he is a very popular guy, and we aspire to be like Bob if we are blessed enough to live to his age.
Bob's the man, and nobody else is. The guy is just amazing. He's the most giving, generous person. I'm just in awe that he's being honored today. This is awesome.
And Bob has a fan club over here. And I got to tell you, as I got to meet Bob and know Bob, I'm a president of that fan club. He grabbed my pen on the way up before we came up here, and he says, "Give me your pen, give me your pen." He wanted me to remind you, on May 15th, he turned 94.
Later in the ceremony, veterans took turns announcing the names of all Lake Orion residents who lost their lives in battle in every war, starting with the Civil War and ending with Operation Enduring Freedom.
Laverne H. Becker, J.V. Burns, Chester C. Campbell, Lee F. Carpenter.
Orion Township Supervisor Chris Barnett brought the ceremony to an end with a closing prayer.
Hear our prayer for those who gave their lives in service of others and accept the gift of their sacrifice. Comfort those who grieve the loss of their loved ones, and let your healing be the hope in our hearts. Hear our prayer this day, and in your mercy, answer us in the name of all that is holy. Amen.
From the Orion Veterans Memorial, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.